Competitive Pokemon is a game about battling your opponent and winning due to some plays, no matter if you play VGC or singles. However, behind the greatest victories, there are some great teams that were built. Today, I will help you learn how to build a hyper offense in the Scarlet and Violet rarely used tier, and then show you how to use it. Let's get right into it. What's up guys, sorry it's been like 6 months. Was kinda busy, but we're getting back into it. And like the intro said, today what we're gonna do is try and build a hyper offense. So, it will be specifically in the RU tier, since I'm not someone who plays OU or stuff like that. So, yeah, sorry if you want to do that. I could try and ask some people to join in for a future video maybe. But let's start with RU. We're gonna build a new team, RU, and specifically, the first thing we want to ask is what type of HO we want to build. Because there's a few. We've got Sticky Web with a mon that you may know as Rebombi, who puts webs, etc. And webs lowers the speed, for those who know. This is kind of like people want to start building their own teams but aren't too familiar with building in general, so it will not be like extreme details like I usually do. So then we got another one, which is Stealth Rock Suicide Lead. So we've got a few in RU. The first one we can think of is Cleavor, but you can use Mew, you can use some other more interesting stuff like Herbaloon, Terrakion, or Necrozma with Meteor Beam and Stealth Rock. And then you can go in stuff like Lycanroc, which is here, which is ZU, but has a niche as a Stealth Rocker in RU. Then you can go more like double hazards, stuff like that, or just spikes. So you can have mons like Froslass, which is here, and you use, your kind of lead set. Or you can have like Mew, which has both Stealth Rock and Spikes, which is pretty damn great. As you see here, you have Stealth Rock and Spikes. The first important part is choosing what type of HO you want to use. Because if I want to go with webs, for example, I will use mons that are a bit slower maybe, but can have very deadly potential under webs, with the opposing team having minus speed. If I want to use something more like, I don't know, Stealth Rock, I will use Pokemon that can be faster but will put more pressure with weakening each other's checks rather than just going stomping and destroying everything on the first turn. Today I will build a normal HO, so not a webs HO, just regular Stealth Rock HO. So the first thing I want to do is find actually who I want to use as a sweeper. So the thing is, I will not use one sweeper. HO is you use multiple sweepers. So sweepers basically are Pokemon that will try and win the game, and some breakers who will help those Pokemon sweep. So for example here, I will look at the list of RU Pokemon. It's quite reliable, so definitely use that. And I feel like, I don't know, I want to build around Scaleshot Crocodile. So it's a set that exists, and for these videos I will not try to show you more like niche stuff that could potentially work but still need testing. I will show you classic stuff. So I will use Crocodile, and I'll use maybe, let's say, Bulk Up Scaleshot. So kind of like the sort of mini Garchomp, for those who remember Gen 8, and kind of Gen 9, but he's not that good in Gen 9. But you have Moxie, and you can go here, standard spread, blah blah blah. This will be your main Pokemon. We will choose Terratypes after, because it will depend on the team. And we will put loaded dice, because you will see why I didn't put Terratypes at the beginning and why I put them at the end, because it will depend on the team. The next step is looking at mons that I can actually check or wall Crocodile. So I see Breloom, I see Chestnut, oh not good, Comfy. Stuff like that, Revenge Killing Crawdont, if it's, we have Tutera in front of it. You have Entei Extreme Speed, etc. So I see a lot of actually grass types that kind of beats it, stuff like Quagsire. So I want something that beats those kind of Pokemon. So I will put an Entei. And I will use Inner Focus because You have intimidate immunity with inner focus, so definitely use that. So you may heard of this set. I will use the very well-known Swagger Entei. So you put Swagger, Sacred Fire, Extreme Speed for priority, and then you can kind of just put Crunch. Usually on Entei, on more bulky offense teams, you will run Stone Edge over Crunch and maybe Will-O-Wisp or Shellblaze Terra Grass over Swagger. But here, since we're using HO, we want to sweep, and you need to hit that Slowbro with Crunch. Noivern is kind of the Pokemon you will touch most of the time with Stone Edge, but since you are at +2 with Swagger, normally you will beat it anyways. We can run max speed because we want to speed tie stuff like Jirachi because we don't have webs, and we will put the Mirror Herb. For the Terra type, this one we will see as well later. And now we need to see, okay, we have some physical attackers, but we don't still beat stuff like Quagsire, for example. So we need to find something that beats it. We have some options. We will stick to mainly RU Pokemon. We could go for NU if we need something specific. But here, I'm like, okay, maybe another physical attacker that can kind of lure in Chestnut, because Entei doesn't really want to come on a knockoff from Chestnut since you want to keep your mirror, you do some Swagger shenanigans. We could go with another interesting mon, which would be Mimikyu. Mimikyu brings a ghost type because you want to basically keep hazards with your HO. And here, I'm like, okay, I will keep my ghost to basically prevent rapid spin, you know, from Pokemon like Cyclizar. And it's a good weakening tool for Pokemon like Registeel. You think, why would Registeel be a problem for Crocodile and Entei? But it can Terra Ghost, which is the most common one, with Iron Defense. And that could be a problem for our team that is at the moment really physical. So we could do Swords Dance. And we want to lure in Quagsire as well, so we can go Woodhammer, which is kind of a secret tech, you know, it's not very used often, but it can work out. Shadow Claw, and then we can go Shadow Sneak. So, or we could go, because it will depend on the team, we could go Play Rough, or Drain Punch, but here maybe we will go Play Rough. We'll see, maybe Shadow Claw. It depends, because otherwise we don't hit Bisharp. We'll see, but basically this, we could go Life Orb or Red Card, we will see on the team. For the EVs in HO, it's pretty damn simple. You go max attack, max speed, basically, or max special attack, max speed. Next, we want a special attacker, because basically at the moment, if we face like a Registeel that starts Iron Defensing or Chestnut or something like that, it's kind of a pickle. So, what special attackers can we use? We can use something that has some breaking power that we enjoy a lot. Here we will struggle more into a bulky team against something like Unaware or Pokemon like Empoleon, because, you know, they will be quite bulky on the special side, as they run most of the time max SPDF, max HP. We could run a Pokemon that can actually do massive damage to it. So here you have options. You have Mew, or you can have Gonzi, or you can have another option in Gengar with Nasty Plot, but Gengar is kind of susceptible to priority, so, and you kind of have the move syndrome, so I wouldn't use Gengar basically, but it can be used. Here I want a core that can actually help break each other. So here you can have Mew with the set Nasty Plot, Psychic Noise, Earth Power, and Draining Kiss. So basically this one will use Terra Fairy. As for those who don't know, Terra Fairy will boost Draining Kiss from 50 base power to 60 base power, as well as giving it a stab. So we're gonna add Terra Fairy here, we know already that. Here it will be the max special attack, max speed. And we will go defense, always good into priority, that's why I always put the 4 EVs into defense. With Crook it also has with bulk up to get a little bit more damage. And Mew actually is a great breaker of steel types because you bait in steel types a lot. And so to that we can add either Porygon Z or a faster mon that is on the special side, because otherwise something like Entei can be quite problematic. So we can go by speed tier here, as you can just click on this and it will sort by all stats basically, and we will search RU. This is a very helpful tool. I recommend it. It helps me a lot in the building. And here we can see that most speedy guys aren't the best on HO, but we need something that's faster than 8. So we can either go Gengar, we could go maybe Throat Spray Noivern, or something that is speed control but we don't realize, Yanmega. So basically Mew will break steel types for Yanmega because Terra Blast is banned in OU but also in low tiers. So you will use Protect, Bug Buzz, a Shadow Ball or a Ghost for steel types to help break them, and you can use Air Slash. Up here. With Yanmega you can basically use Modest and use always this, and you can use Throat Spray, which boosts special attack by 1 stage after you use a sound move. So this means that Yanmega has amazing snowball potential, also helps bring speed basically, so always appreciated. For Mew we can use maybe an item, but we'll see later. Because now we have to find our suicide lead. So with a team like this, basically, I'm like, okay, I'm quite fast in general. My speed is in the average of 100, 90 to 100. Maybe I could use webs, but I'm not too keen on webs because I feel like a lot of our Pokemon can boost speed or have priority. Boost speed with Scale Shot, priority with Extreme Speed, Shadow Sneak priority. No priority here, but you have speed boost. So I will look at Pokemon that can have Stealth Rock, as I feel like Stealth Rock are very good in this format, in the RU in general, so definitely try and use Stealth Rock. If you use Frostlass with Spikes, it works as well. Spikes are also very good. So here I could use Cleavor as a suicide lead, which is very interesting, or Lycanroc. So basically at this point I'm like, which one will I choose? I have no hazard control, and Yanmega and Entei are hit by Stealth Rock. Yanmega takes half of its health, so that's a very big bummer if you have Stealth Rock on your side, and Entei takes like 25%. So for this reason, I will use Lycanroc. Lycanroc normal, not Lycanroc Dusk, because you are actually faster than Mousehold with this Lycanroc, stuff like that. So very interesting mon. Because the Mousehold is 353, Tornadus is 353. So definitely use this. We can use max attack basically, because we will use a tactic that is called Endeavor with this mon. So we will use Stealth Rock, Taunt to prevent opposing hazards, kind of like Deoxys if you already played stuff like OU, Deoxys Speed. We will use Endeavor, which means that when we are brought down to our Focus Sash, we can Endeavor and they will be at the same HP as us. Focus Sash keeps you at 1 HP, Endeavor perfect for it. We'll use Sound Rush, or yeah, let's use Steadfast in case we're flinched. We never know, but the ability on Lycanroc is not the most important. And we can use Accelerock in case we bring down something to Endeavor to finish it off. We'll use Terra Ghost for stuff like Cyclozard, prevented from spinning away. And then what we can do is start going with the Terra types. So we put Mew as Terra Fairy. Here, since we have Hazard Control, my wonder is, do we go for Lumberry, which prevents status? So stuff like, you know, Toxic, Will-O-Wisp, etc. Which could be good for Umbreon stuff. Or do we go Citrus Berry? Here, I will try Citrus Berry. And then we can go Mimikyu. We have a set. Do we struggle against opposing IHO? I feel like not that much. So I will try Life Orb. If you struggle with HO, for example, and you with Mimikyu, you can use a set like Red Card. So, what Terra will you use on this one? We could use something like Terra... We can use Terra Grass, you know, for that strong with Hammer. We won't Terra often with Mimikyu. Entei, we're gonna Terra Normal for extreme speed to do maximum damage. And with Crocodile, I have two Terras that I really like on Skill Shot. The first one will be Terra Ghost to prevent extreme speed from their Entei, because Entei is, well, in my opinion, one of the best mounts in the tier. Back Punch from Breloom, etc. Or Terra Dragon. Here we will maybe try Terra Dragon for the extra oomph in power for Skill Shot. We have our team now, and what we're gonna do is try and test it out with 3 games in the RU tier. We're at 1400s, which is around 1700s for the 1750 for the OU tier. So let's get right into it. Okay, we found a game and let's see the matchup. So how to play HO with this matchup? You have to identify your win con. So for example, I see that Yanmega here looks pretty damn good if I can get a Bug Buzz going, you know? Mew looks quite terrifying. Their only faster Pokemon would be Noivern, Entei Speed Tie, and maybe Scarfgallade or Basque Legion. But with Terra Fairy, we are a huge threat. Then we have Mimikyu. Mimikyu can maybe do something with Play Rough, you know? You can be threatening to stuff. Entei with Swagger looks terrifying for the team if it's not like Basque Legion. And Crocodile looks actually a monster here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna want to get up rocks ASAP, so let's lead Lycanroc. Oh, I'm way lower than I expected. I'll find 2 other games on another account just after, you know, have some higher games. So they revealed Basque Legion Scarf, maybe because that's why they let it. We're gonna go for Stealth Rock. They are not Scarf. They go for Agility. Okay. Interesting. We're just gonna Accelerate Rock, get some chip damage, you know. And they go for Surf. Okay, that's fine by us. And we can just go for Accelerate Rock again. And here I believe Mimikyu does not KO with Shadow Sneak. Interesting. To be fair, Mimikyu doesn't do as much as it should compared to other mons here. So we're just gonna go Mimikyu, you know. Get our Wood Hammer. Or do we go for Double Sneak? Let's go for Wood Hammer, prevent in case they switch, etc. We do not want this to get out of hand, basically, and come back and be a sack. And they go for Shadow Ball. Okay, perfect. We get our Wood Hammer, and we can just get a Shadow Sneak going on here. Let's see what they are. They go for Psycho Cut, so I can imagine that they're Scarf, which means that we can maybe go Crocodile here and get a Skill Shot off. Is that a bad idea? Feels like a pretty good idea. Let's get it. Let's get the Skill Shot, you know. Get going. They go Noivern. They did not expect the Skill Shot. Okay, perfect. Sorry for that. So we get the crits, which helps. But to be fair, if we got 5 hits, we kill. And we could have just killed after. So they go Entei. Do we Terra Dragon here? Feels a bit early, not gonna lie. Feels a bit early. If they Terra, it's gonna be Grass or Normal. So we could just click Knock Off. Or just click EQ. And we're gonna click EQ. Do massive damage. Very good. They're gonna not even KO us, but they're gonna just get the burn and extreme speed KOs behind. So all good. And now what we can do is either go Yanmega and protect into Bug Buzz, or go Entei and extreme speed. I'll say we go Yanmega first. You know, get a protect off because we'll be faster than them. They can't go. Okay, they go Bisharp. That's fine by me. I'm just gonna go for Bug Buzz. Get some massive chip here. They don't 2-hit KO us with Sucker Punch after, I believe. Oh, they do, but that's fine because okay, they KO us, but I can go Entei here. Just click Sacred Fire, you know. And now they are in a pickle because here we KO here and they have to go Reuniclus, but we can just Swagger this and they have a chance of confusion. Then we can then just kind of go for they go for Turn the Wave, so these are bad people. We can just go for Crunch here. We get paralyzed. They go for Psychic Noise and we get a Crunch off here. And no confusion for them because okay. And here what we can do is probably just go for let's see how much Crunch did. Crunch did 72, so let's calc. That is max Fizz Death. If we go for Mew, we do not KO with anything. And they can maybe help themselves in confusion. So we go for Nasty Plot, okay. We can just go for Draining Kiss here. And I think this is over, basically, because they switch. So, this first game is basically won. I heavily doubt they have something to win here. Yeah, Extreme Speed does no damage. Draining Kiss, we heal back. They go for Glade, but we're just gonna Terra Fairy Draining Kiss here to prevent knockoff or Nice Slash crit, something like that. Okay, they are regenerated, which is interesting. But we do so much damage, so basically they cannot heal us. And we get Synchronizing, yeah, this is over. So we win our first game. I will change account to be higher on the ladder, and let's get back to the second game. Okay, we're back for the second game. Here we are a bit higher. They are actually higher on the ladder than us, and they have some real team, okay? So this will be interesting. Registeel, I talked a lot about it. Very good anti-HO mod. You have Gastrodon, which could have spikes here, and go for Stuff Rock Registeel and Spiked Gastrodon. Probably Scarf Gardevoir for speed control, Boots Entei, maybe AV Cyclizard, or Defog Noivern, or Choice Specs Noivern, which could be interesting here. So not exactly sure. Yanmega looks pretty damn threatening. We have Terra Ghost for Extreme Speed Entei, and we do a lot of damage. Then we have Mew, which looks pretty damn threatening as well, not gonna lie. Mimikyu can actually bait in Gastrodon, which is always appreciated. And then we have Entei, which looks terrifying for them. And Crook as well, which outspeeds everything after a Scale Shot. So we're gonna lead Lycanroc. They lead Noivern, they are Infiltrator. So we're just gonna go for Star Rock here. They go for Switch Hero, so yeah, there are choice specs. Interesting. Here they have Focus Sash. What do we do? I feel like we can just... Because here I could see them U-turn or go Registeel. I feel like we go Entei. And they go for Flamethrower. Okay, perfect. So, here we prevent Registeel basically from coming in. And we can just Swagger. Draco Meteor does a lot because they're max special attack, but they are confused now. And I believe it's a KO on us, but we can go for Extreme Speed, get some damage here, and they are not confused. Okay, so here we have a pretty good start. I feel like we either go Mew or I feel like we go Mew to start weakening things. So let's go Mew. Let's go for a Nasty Plot. Here they can do 0 damage here, which is always appreciated. And they will go for Gardevoir. I believe they will trick us here to prevent our setup. So we will go Lycanroc. Perfect. We obtain a Choice Scarf. They obtain a Choice Specs. And we will just go for... I believe... What do we go for actually here? We can go for Taunt Spam, you know? Yeah, basically to prevent Registeel from coming in, which is pretty damn annoying otherwise. We can go Mew here. You know, it's a suicide lead, but you can use it more offensively. We will go for Mew. They will go Gardevoir again. Okay, we're just gonna sack, I believe, Lycanroc here. Moonblast. Yeah. And here, we can either go Crocodile, because we have a good chance of KOing with Knockoff, or we could go Yanmega. But I believe we do not KO, yeah. I feel like we go Crocodile here. Earthquake is pretty damn free, because Knockoff basically is a 93% chance to KO. With crit it's like 96, around that. We go for Earthquake, which is 100%. And I feel like, maybe, do they sack Noivern? I feel like they don't, because they need an Earthquake immunity. We're just gonna go for Knockoff, basically. And we get the roll. Okay, perfect. So here we have our Moxie boost. They can maybe expect us to be Scarf. I doubt it because it's HO. But who knows, basically. And they go for Noivern. Okay. So they do not KO us, so this means that we can get actually a skill shot off. Because here, yeah, they go for Draco Meteor. So in those situations, I like to have Terra Ghost. But they go Entei, that's fine by us. We'll just go for either Mimikyu on the extreme speed, which is extremely obvious, or... But we don't do much back, basically. But to be fair, Mimikyu doesn't do that much now. Okay, so they go for extreme speed, perfect. We're just gonna go for Shadow Sneak Chip. They let us. Perfect, they go for Sacred Fire, no burn. We're just gonna go for Sneak Chip as well. And if they go Registeel, what we're gonna do is go hard on Mega, because we do not want to let Stealth Rock go up and be at low health. And now we can just go for Bug Buzz, because they have not a lot of switch-ins, not gonna lie. They can maybe have T-Wave, but they do not. They have Heavy Slam, though. Do we Terra Ghost? Do we need Terra, basically? Terra means that Shadow Ball goes from a 4-hit KO to a 3-hit KO. Let's just go for Shadow Ball. Maybe we can get a defense drop. No need to Terra at the moment, basically. It feels kind of rushed to Terra straight away. They got rocks up, but like very late, so we can definitely abuse that. Let's see what they do. I can see them just try and go for Heavy Slam or go Cyclizard, which is actually a possibility. Do we go for Bug Buzz expecting Cyclizard? But if they go Cyclizard, then we can sack something and just set up with Mew and win. It feels. But if we go for Bug Buzz Chip here, this is very good for Mew, basically. Yeah, because now we can go for Shadow Ball. Perfect, Shadow Ball again. And now Mew looks ready to sweep, basically. If we get some damage on this. Okay, perfect. We can go Mew right away and just click Nasty Plot. Let's see what they want to do. They will click Heavy Slam, not KO. Entei, basically, unless it's Choice Band, never KOs. We can just go for Earth Power here. And they go for Cyclizard. Okay, interesting. That means we can just go for Draining Kiss here. They go for Knockoff. That's fine. We Draining Kiss back. And now let's see what they want to do, basically. Because now it feels like there are a lot of problems. Oh, okay. So Psychic Noise is a 43% chance to KO. If we get it, we win. If we don't get it, then Entei kinda just wins. Do we anticipate the Terra here? It feels like they have to Terra. If they Terra normal, I feel like we're Draining Kiss here. Anticipating Terra normal. And we do get... Okay. Okay, they get the burn on themselves. That's why Mew is kind of like broken in this tier. When it's played in HO. So we're gonna get the burn. So now with Synchronize, they are in a bad spot and yet they forfeit. Okay, perfect. Good showing from the team. And now let's go for our last game. We'll be right back. Okay, we have our last game and we face HO as well. Interesting HO. It's probably Dragon Dance Necrozma. Or actually it's probably Calm Mind Necrozma because otherwise lots of physical attackers, you know. Only Yanmega is a special attacker. They have Tidy Up, which actually helps our own Yanmega. Then they have Bisharp for priority, so let's see how that goes. Mew looks pretty damn good. We need to be careful of Mousehold, so yeah. But Crocodile looks pretty damn good as well, so let's see how we do. We're just gonna lead Lycanroc. They go for Cleave or lead, okay. Here we can just go for Stealth Rock, you know. We can't prevent their rocks, basically. And here we can just go for Endeavor. Get some good chip damage on this. And now, what we can do is go Crocodile and Scale Shot here, basically. And they don't have really a switch in Crocodile here, unless they go Mimikyu, but they do not. Okay, perfect. So they go Mimikyu here, which means we will break the disguise, which is pretty damn important. You can even just knock off here, and they don't even KO us with Drain Punch. Shadow Sneak will kill, but that's fine. And I think this is a known team. Maybe I should have just Dragon, but Bisharp would have been annoying behind, so I don't think so. Here, what do? We can go our own Mimikyu, basically, and do something. Or do we go... We can't really KO this Mimikyu, so I feel like we go our own Mimikyu and just go for Quick Stance. HO versus HO is kind of like, you need to make some positioning plays. They will not do a lot with Shadow Sneak or Shadow Claw, basically. Do we Sword Dance or do we play rough? Because basically, they have to fear Shadow Claw here. And I feel like they either go Bisharp or Mouse Hold. I'll play rough. Okay, didn't work out, but that's fine. Here, what we're gonna do is go for play rough, because even we want to have the double down, because if we go for Shadow Sneak, Mouse Hold usually run Encore on this type of team, so better to be aware of that. Here, what should we go to? We can go Mew, which looks damn good. You kind of get damage, because basically I want them to either go Yanmega first and get rocks damage, or go Mouse Hold and get damage in general. And they forfeit. Okay, well, I guess that works. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Link of the team will be down below if you want to try it out. So yeah, that's how you basically play HO and RU and how you build it. So drop a like if you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Peace.